So Microsoft needs some form of relationship with this studio. They need to go out there and make this happen. I don't care if they buy the studio. I don't care if it's a timed exclusive, and I would prefer an exclusive. But even if it's timed, it's okay. But let's go ahead and get into it. But before we get on the video, definitely hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. And don't forget to go over there and follow me at Twitter at LordAddictILP. Without any further ado, let's talk about this. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you for another video. Yes, we're going to be talking a little bit about Microsoft opening that wallet, getting these timed exclusives, these exclusives, or perhaps even buying the studio. Now, for those of you that know, I'm a huge JRPG fan. I know a lot of Xbox fans aren't the particular biggest JRPG fan, but me, it's something that's truly important to me. I grew up with Final Fantasy. I grew up with all these JRPGs, and it really kind of bugs me that that's not really a huge focus when it comes to Microsoft. I do feel like Microsoft is improving their presence in that genre, but to me, unless you start getting some timed exclusives to buying a studio in that genre, that is what's going to really define what your stance is with that genre. Now, the biggest question is, Addict, who can Microsoft work with or buy to make these type of games? I think the answer to that is Mistwalker. I know some of you don't like the turn-based games, and I completely understand that law, but with games like Persona 5 that was extremely successful, you cannot tell me it isn't something worth investing into. The only real question that we have is the quality of the game and what type of game he can make. Clearly, it most likely is going to be turn-based because that's all he has really made. And it's like I said, with Persona being such a great success, there is a demographic for people like that. And I think Microsoft needs to make these type of games to get that demographic. People love JRPGs and people love turn-based JRPGs. Regardless how some of you feel about this genre, it's extremely successful, from games like Dragon Quest to even Bravely Default 2 that just came out. And this company makes good games with that type of gameplay. Now, the only real question that we have left is, would he work with Microsoft again? And it looks like in this article, he actually did an interview, and the individual that interviewed him asked him, would you ever work with Microsoft again in the future? And this is what his response was. To be perfectly honest with you, I haven't given much thought of the next steps for the company or where we want to go. But I think I could use a bit of a vacation time in between now and whatever it is we do next. So we'll see what happens. It remains to be seen. Now, did he come out openly and say he would work with Microsoft? Of course not. He definitely didn't do that. But he didn't say he wouldn't work with Microsoft. He didn't even give any type of jabs that he has any issue with the company. You know, it's like I said, some of his first work as Mistwalker, his company, is with Microsoft. Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon. He went over and made an exclusive game for Nintendo called The Last Story. These games were successful. He can make wonderful games that can give a genre to Microsoft that they really currently don't have. Now, should Microsoft buy them? I don't know if, you know, there's a lot of red tape when it comes to buying Japanese companies, and I don't know if Microsoft is able to buy this company. And who knows, maybe they're not even selling like that. They have been making mobile games for like the past 10 years, it feels like. So I would hope that they're ready to make another console game. You know, maybe enough time that has been into the mobile market where they want to really go out and make something that they can put their imagination to. And I hope that they do that for Xbox. Xbox, you need this company. I know that this company probably won't bring in you millions of fans. It won't be extremely successful like something like God of War or Halo. But with these type of games, you get a demographic into your ecosystem that you don't normally have. For right now, we don't get the Bravely Defaults 2. Nintendo gets that. We don't get a lot of the Dragon Quest currently. We did get 11, but we have to see if that is going to be something that happens going forward in the franchise. But right now, I'm leaning towards Dragon Quest 11 being a one and done thing for the Xbox brand. I hope I'm wrong on that, but it is what it is. We don't get those type of games for the most part either. And Final Fantasy, you know, they don't necessarily go with the turn-based game, but that is a JRPG. And not only do we not get Final Fantasy VII Remake currently, maybe we'll get some kind of announcement in the next couple weeks. It looks like we probably won't get Final Fantasy VII Remake 2. Keep in mind, we don't get Final Fantasy 16. This is something Microsoft has to work on. Let's just be 100% real here. And I think that it would show Japanese developers and Japanese publishers, look, they're investing into our ecosystem in general. They're flowing money into this ecosystem. They're paying some of these people for these exclusive games, and I think they should reach out to Mistwalker. I don't know if they haven't. Maybe they have, but all I know is there's a lot of Lost Odyssey fans out there. There's a lot of Blue Dragon fans out there, and I feel like there's some form of realm. There's some futuristic path that Microsoft can take to get an exclusive game from them. They could put $7.5 billion into Bethesda, toss some money over Mistwalker's way, get that exclusive when it comes to the console. You could obviously put that on PC, but I think it would be a good look in general. There would be a lot of people that are a fan of that genre that would come to Game Pass. You know, Game Pass is definitely popping right now. There's no denying that, but there is a lack of those type of games in Game Pass that's brought by Microsoft. And even if they didn't buy the company, which I don't think they would, make them a second party studio, make them one of the go-tos for your JRPGs, build that brand with Game Pass, build that brand with Xbox, and let's make good games. That's all Microsoft needs is good games, and I think they're doing well on every round, but the JRPGs, they need their own type of studio. Regardless if they bought it or if it's a second party, they need it in some form of fashion, and I think Mistwalker is that perfect company to do so. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. I know a lot of you don't like the Japanese, you know, turn-based games, especially. A lot of people don't like turn-based games, but to me, it's not always about what everyone wants. It's about what's good for the ecosystem. And I think focusing a little bit on these type of titles is good for the Xbox ecosystem and Game Pass especially, and that's why I feel like just investing into this, make sure you have a couple coming out, even not a whole lot, maybe 2 or 3 a generation, is something that you really want to look into. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Is this even something you guys remotely want? Like I said, I know a lot of you probably don't like these type of games, but to me, if they put this type of game and we saw like a Lost Odyssey 2, it would mean the world to me, and I would have a lot of faith in Microsoft when it comes to JRPGs, because at least they invested into it first or second party wise, and not necessarily, you know, just getting some kind of game that's never been on Xbox in Game Pass. I think that is amazing, but I think we need a little bit more than that. But you tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm out of here. This is Gaming Addict. Peace.